to get started, and we're going to end early. Sound good?
Whatever floats your boat, man.
Because I got one question to start it all off. How many people have taken action in the last 3 weeks on anything that you've learned on these calls? James? Since James and Eric are the only two with cameras on, Jordan, I don't know where he went. Oh, here comes Jacob. James, tell us, what have you been doing?
Spoke to your team, and we're getting our Google profile set up. I actually got they denied me, so I need to go back in and see what's going on with that. But started rewriting some blogs and starting to post that stuff, uploading some new pictures, and getting ready to shoot video content. So we're already starting to post social media wise. Just need to record the video content. That was the goal for this week. We had a freak storm that came by and some flash flooding and affected our house. So last few days we've been dealing with that and insurance and all that good stuff. So, but we're still pushing forward, and we're going to get those videos taken care of.
Gotcha. Anybody else done anything?
I pumped used lead vault to market a house that we just got a couple days ago, and we sold it. We got it in contract today. So that was freaking awesome.
What exactly did you do for it?
So all the people that signed up on our website and the contacts that we imported as buyers or retail buyers, just did a little text campaign, went to contacts, selected everybody, made a little generic text with the link to the property that we closed on and marketed out, and 2 showings within 30 minutes. The first person that went to see it wanted it. So I sent him a contract last night. It was signed in my inbox this morning. So
I love it. Love it. All right. Anybody else? Anything fun happened over the last week?
Your mic's cutting in and out, Shawn.
Okay. So my question is, for the last it's actually been for about the last 3, possibly 4 weeks. Been teaching an awful lot. Can we agree with that? Those that have been consistently on the calls. The difference between teaching, I could stand here and teach all day, right? I can teach every single week. I can come up with new topics every single week. Does that move the needle full in the business?
In our business?
In your business?
In our business, no. You got to get to do the stuff that you're teaching.
100%, right? Action at the end of the day is the real estate. I hear it all the time. I'm looking for the secret pill. I'm looking for the magic formula. I'm looking for the thing that, just makes my business work really well, gets me a lot of opportunities, blah, 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 blah. For some reason, real estate folks, we're like knowledge junkies, and we're afraid of action.
Not your boys at Building Appalachia. We take action.
Well,
except for the TikTok.
We'll leave the verdict out for
working on
taking
TikTok
action or not. I'm kidding. But when we look back, right, I mentioned that because as we look at things, and as I look at those that are doing versus those that are learning, because I get that answer a lot. Well, I'm just in the learning phase. Learning's great, but how do we actually retain it? How do we actually get results from what we're learning? It comes back to the action side. And those that are actually doing, right, are the ones taking the action. So I really want to spend this today, and we're going to kind of go pretty quick through this because it's not a lot of teaching, because I can't teach action, right? But what I can do is help game plan, but I need to hear from you guys. So James, since you were Johnny on the spot, first one on the call, Johnny on the spot saying, yeah, I've been taking some action the last couple of weeks. I'm going to start with you. Okay. you sound like you've got a game plan in place. You sound like you got some stuff mapped out, right? Maybe there's it may not be perfect, but there's a rough plan. Walk us through, catch everybody up here real quick. Just kind of give me an idea of what is the game plan exactly? What is it that we're trying to achieve? What's kind of the focus, right? But then more importantly, what do you see as some of the roadblocks keeping you from getting those things done?
So what we've been focusing on is we actually got the website revised. Now that I'm in the Arizona area, I'm focusing more on my surrounding area here in Central Arizona. So we're retargeting the marketing for this area here. As far as the social media aspect of it, with the blogs posting, creating those, posting them, and updating what we're posting out, we're geotagging. So that way we can make sure that, surrounding areas will see any sponsored ads, things like that. We're starting a sponsored campaign. We're also increasing the amount of mailers that are going out. We've got 3 potential leads. One where the owner, unfortunately, won't be in until the end of October, but we've got the address. We've talked to him, and he says, "Yeah, come on over. I'll, and I'll let you know what date I come into town." His renters are still in there and not leaving until the end of the month. So we've got that lead already scheduled for a visit. The next part is to take the blog information and anything that we're posting and create those into videos, so we can actually start putting that onto our YouTube channel, and then taking those YouTube channels, condense them to do the shorts, I guess you can say, to put those on Instagram and whatnot. So far, the small things that we've been posting, we've been getting a lot of great responses as far as likes and, "Hey, glad to see you guys are back," because we were quiet for quite a while. So a lot of our followers are responding to that, whether it's just likes or even just DMs saying, "Hey, great to see you guys back in it." So we're starting to build that momentum.
Awesome. What do you see as some of the roadblocks, hurdles, something like that?
Roadblocks for me right now, still trying to get to know the market in this area. I've lived out here for about a year. Now the market's starting to shift a little bit. Depending on the neighborhood, we see houses that have sat on the market for a very long time and are priced very low. But then we'll see other houses that are in equal or sometimes even worse condition that are on the market for less than 3 weeks, and they're priced significantly higher. So I'm reaching out to the agent that we had that sold us this house, including some other agents that we've met just in local areas, to try and see if I can get different perspectives on what the market is doing out here, and if there's specific neighborhoods that seem to be a little bit more, I don't want to say volatile, but that see those longer periods of staying on the market. Just trying to get to know the neighborhood a little bit more. So when we do start making offers on even the ones that are coming up on the MLS, we know a better idea of what kind of offer we should make and what that potential ARV could be, even with the way the market is starting to change. So right now, that's my roadblock, is not really knowing exactly what's going on in this immediate area.
And how's that impacting your action of getting this marketing machine rolling?
It doesn't affect the marketing at all. We're still marketing out to our absentee owners and also those that have been in their homes for right now, I think it's over 6 years and have at least, I think 40 to 50% equity in the house is what we're starting to market out to. So we're still sending those mailers out. The ones that have responded, we actually have gotten quite a few responses. Most people have said, "Hey, thanks for sending the written letter." They like the handwritten versions. They think that's nice. And, they've actually told us, "Thank you for reaching out, but I'm not ready to sell right now." Okay, great. Thanks for calling. Thanks for letting me know. Others, have either not responded. We're going to keep sending out to them every few weeks until either they tell us to stop or, they actually say, "Hey, we're kind of interested." So we're still increasing that number of people that we're sending mailers out to.
Okay. You're bringing up something very interesting here. currently we're doing mailers, right? That was going on my board. Currently, you've got mailers, right, that are going out on a consistent basis. And right now, give me an idea, what's the call to action inside this mailer?
So there's three versions of the mailer. The first one is an introduction and looking to see, it's actually, the first one's very short. Hi, my name is, curious what your plans are for 123 Main Street. I'm looking to purchase more property in this area. Please call my home office. There's the name and the number. And then the second version is, hey, hope you received my last one. I'm looking to purchase more property in the area, or if you know somebody in your area, here's my number. Third one is essentially the same thing, just worded slightly different. So those are going out. After the first one goes out, the second one automatically goes out 3 weeks later. The third one goes out 3 weeks after that. And then on the third one, I have it repeating every 45 days after the third one goes out.
So you've got 3 letters, all of which have a call to action of call us.
Correct.
Think back to what we've talked about the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, I haven't put the website or any information on that yet, so I am going to revise them. I'd like to see if I can get, even if it's a QR code attached to the letter, or even in the mailer itself. So that way, if they just want to scan it with their phone, boom, there we are. And at least it takes them to the About Us.
Okay, what stopped you from getting that done?
I didn't know about that. I was doing it through Deal Machine as far as the mailers are concerned.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just what we've been using so far. And I don't think that there's at least not on the handwritten version, there's nothing that you can do that I'm aware of to put a QR code included on there. So I just need to go in and change those out.
Yeah, QR code would be great. However, is it needed? Meaning, should we let that be well, I'm not quite sure how to get that done, so let me not do that. Now, I'm not speaking directly to you, I'm speaking to everybody here, right?
Yeah, no,
QR code would be great.
Even just putting the website in there, the website address, or anywhere that we want to reroute them to take a look at us.
Why do we want to get it away from constantly being this call us as our call to action?
Some people might be intimidated to call.
Anybody can answer this. Go ahead.
It's saturated. Everybody's doing it, and our website is, it's more. It gives them a chance to know and meet us without actually knowing and meeting us, and seeing what we do, and just more. It's more personal than the phone call can be. Just that initial phone call.
I'll agree with you that it's saturated, meaning a lot of people use that, right? Not just in the real estate industry. A lot of services, that's their thing, right? Give me a call kind of thing. I'll also agree, Jacob, that it gives them a way to get to know with a caveat. So instead of, I'll just move this over here. Instead of having that letter, James, and I love the 3-touch. You got a couple letters and, whatever, there's a delay period on when these actually are going out. We could go a whole other topic and actually break down what you're putting inside of these letters, the actual verbiage, these type of things. But instead of having everything driving just to the website, I would get even more strategic, and each letter sequentially gets a little bit more eager, right? A little more hurry up a little more this offer, this possibility is leaving you, right? Sense of urgency. Through that, I know I don't want to just put call me. Can you still add call me in the bottom of it? Hey, or if you'd rather just talk to me, here's my number, give me a call. Absolutely. However, we want to sequentially take them to very strategic places to get more information. Go back to what I talked about a few weeks ago. The caveat here for a second. They're on this journey, right? And they're somewhere in this journey, and at the start of it, they're not ready. But over here, they are ready to do something with you, right? And they're somewhere in this realm. Stats already show us that 97% of people are kind of on this spectrum. They're somewhere between this not ready and starting to think. And there's this in the marketing world, this line right here is basically this gap. They're trying to decide who. They're getting ready and they're just trying to decide who they're going to do this with, right? So I bring this back to this over here. My first letter, I'm almost envisioning that this person's probably more in this realm. Until I get something back out of them. You mentioned you get some people that are calling you saying, hey, I appreciate it. Thank you for sending this. I'm just not quite ready right now, right? Well, that tells me that they've kind of journeyed down this track a little bit, but they're not quite right here yet, right? They're not in that, okay, I'm getting a little more serious about this. I'm trying to figure out who I'm going to do this with. Does that make sense? So if I'm going to dump them into a campaign where, okay, I'm going to continue to send them a couple more letters strategically over the next couple months, I want to make sure that I'm designing that message and what I'm kind of putting them in front of or putting in front of them a little bit more in this realm. Right? They're a little deeper down the track, meaning I don't want to put entry-level stuff in front of them. So thinking offline to online and why we want to do this, why we want to drag people onto the website, why we want to drag people into videos, why all the stuff I've been talking about the last couple of weeks, so important to take the action and get it done, is while you're producing some of this content that you talked about, getting some of these posts out there, right? Writing some different blogs, turning those into videos, turning this into stuff that's on your social media feed. You need to think about, I need to talk to people in all of these different areas, meaning I don't want everything to sound like it's speaking to this person right here at the very beginning. So going online, you'd mentioned taking them to your maybe About Us page, right? Well, where in this, let's say this is the sequence of order here, where in here would I actually want to put them on my About Us page?
Probably the first one.
Right out of the gate, right? It makes sense to get them there at that early stage, right? Why? Because they're still young enough in this process. They're just becoming aware of you. We're trying to help them better learn who we are, right? And a little bit about us. So before I can go and try to drive a bunch of traffic over to this page, what do I want to make sure is on that page?
How to get there, the website and the actual link.
No, what do I want to make sure is on that page before I worry about putting people on that page?
Some sort of a video.
What kind of video?
Something that talks directly to them, as if it's a conversation between me and them. At least that's what I would think.
You're getting warm. Anybody know what VSL stands for? Video sales letter. Video sales letter. On this About Us page, the video that we want at the top of this page is what's called the video sales letter. It's your way of explaining who you are, who you serve, what you do, and how they can take the next step. Who we are, who we serve, what we do for those people, and how they can take the next step. This video is nothing more than 2 to 2.5 minutes long. Does this make sense? So in this first letter, knowing that I'm going to try to drive them here, where the first thing that they're going to land on is this video sales letter, the rest of the page behind it should also emphasize who we are, who we serve, what we do, and how they can take the next step with us by breaking down who we are. Let's put some bios on there, right? Maybe a headshot or two of some of the owners, a little bit of detail about who that person is, build the credibility, some of the certifications that you might have, the experience that you might have done, right? A little bit more about the company. Maybe there's a story behind the company. You know, I look at somebody like Jordan and Jacob on that About Us page. Well, these guys, these are like, what, high school buddies. There's a really cool story that I've heard Jordan tell a number of times on how Jacob sucked Jordan into doing this real estate game. Right, but that tells the story of who Jordan and Jacob, the owners of Building Appalachia, is. That makes sense? We don't got to go into a ton of detail, but a little bit of it. Obviously, in a 2.5 minute video, you can't get too much of that in there, but you can write a little bit more. What you do for that person, or who it is that you serve and what you do for them, reiterating that, a little bit of content in there. And then we finally get to this, how they can take that next step. Fill out the form, give us a call. So knowing that that's on that page, when I backtrack my letters, if I'm going to go offline marketing here, this letter shouldn't be all this salesy crap, right? This initial letter. It could start off with who you are, who you serve. Hey, this is James with, blah, 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 whatever company, XYZ company. We're actively buying properties in the blank market. Love to talk to you. If you're in the market of selling, want to learn a little bit more about who we are, check this out. That's a simple one, right? Maybe it's all that same stuff at the start, but James, you gave me a little bit of demographic on who the audience is, who the avatar is. Tell me it again.
Absentee owners, for one, and also homeowners who have been in their homes for at least 5 to 6 years and have at least 40 to 50% equity.
Okay, so take the equity play here for a second. What's some of the pain or some of the fear that somebody with some equity right now might be starting to experience?
Prices are starting to shift. They don't want to lose the equity they have.
Yeah, we can't guarantee whether they will or won't, right? But is this probably a thought that they might be having?
Absolutely.
Like, oh crap, if I want to capitalize on this equity, I better take advantage now, or I'm going to have to hold on again and see if I can build it back up, right? Depending what the market's starting to look like. So thinking that way in that first letter, hey, we're specialists in helping people with high equity capitalize on today's market. To learn a little bit more about us, go here. P.S. Ready to just get talking? Here's my number. Give me a call. But I want to be strategic where I'm taking them. I'm not just saying, go check out my website, right? Because now I have no control what they're going to go to. But if I can control it and say, hey, go to this page, go here. And now I control what they see when they first land there. Which leads into the second video, or not even the second video, the second letter. I send this first letter out. I'm trying to drive them to that first page. I don't hear anything back. I don't see any forms coming in. All right. I've got my delay time on there. A couple weeks goes by. Boom, I'm going to drop the second letter in there. Well, let's say I'm playing the game of high equity in that first one. You want to capitalize on the high equity that you might have right now? In this letter, maybe I'm going to bring in a fun little stat about the market. And now, James, go into some of the blog content that you've been starting to work on. What do you think I'm going to probably drive them from this letter to?
To the actual blog.
A blog. All right. Again, I'm building this whole campaign, so I'm going to go and do some research, and I'm going to write a blog on whatever, market trends. And yes, I'll do all those other things. I'll shoot the video, I'll embed the video on there, right? So that that's all there. I'll put this stuff out there. But now I'm kind of tying all of this together. I targeted somebody with high equity. I tried to just dabble this, hey, take advantage, go learn a little bit about us. Still didn't get their attention. Okay, this next one, I'm going to hit them with, I'm not saying, hey, this is James again, trying to still buy your house. You still interested? Instead, it's like, hey, just wanted to get this in your hands again. Oh, by the way, here's a couple stats about what's going on in the Arizona market or in such and such city market, right? Just produced this video. We just put this whole thing together over on our website. Go check out all the latest stats, data, trends, market shifts, blah, 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 blah. Go here, right? What's the point of marketing? Who remembers this? What's the purpose of marketing? What's the job of your marketing?
It's brand recognition, but also to establish yourself as an authority.
You're warm. It's not the thing. Those aren't wrong. Anybody got a guess? Shouldn't be a guess. I talk about this a lot.
Top of mind awareness and getting them to take action.
What action am I trying to get them to take?
To contact you.
That's it. The job of our marketing is to start a conversation. That's all marketing does. Piques enough interest to get conversation rolling. These letters, this stuff over here on the website, its job isn't to make the deal. It's simply to get them to say, this is interesting, I want to talk about this. Does that make sense? So think from that lens all the time as you're building this stuff out. All I'm trying to do is elicit the conversation. So let's say I take a third one in there, right? They still didn't get it. Maybe I come back on this third one and I'm playing more of the final notice game. maybe you've dabbled in some of these other letters up here that, hey, we've only got the capacity to take on whatever. I did this last week, actually. I put a post out, did a quick video over on Instagram, and it was like, hey, between now and Wednesday, I got room for 5 people. 5 people that I'll just jump on one-on-one with you and break down your marketing, talk about what you could be doing better, what's working well, help you kind of craft something. What do you think I was doing with that video? What was I trying to elicit?
Well, urgency, because you only had 5 spots, quote unquote.
You wanted to talk to them so that you could tell them what you do so that to gain another client. Yeah.
That's it. It was another way, instead of saying, hey, I want you to book a strategy session with us. I played it from, hey, between now and next Wednesday, I got a little bit of time on my calendar. I got room for 5 people. All right, I'm eliciting some urgency on this. For those that are ready to take action right now, right? Shoot me a message in my DMs. Let me know that you want to chat, blah, 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 blah. The whole goal was to just get on a phone call with them so that I could talk to them, show them what they were doing well, show them where their gaps were, show them how REI Toolbox can help them fill the gap. I didn't say, hey, I want to get on a call and talk to you about selling you REI Toolbox. I didn't say, hey, let's get on a call and let me tell you all the great things that we can do and why you should be using us for your website and SEO and marketing and all this other stuff. That's like saying, hey, I want to buy your house. Give me a call. Hey, I want to give you a cash offer today. Call me right now. Right? It's very high threshold, and it's only targeting this small little window of people. Something's going on in our building. Our internet keeps going out. But it's only targeting a very small amount of people, right? So that was video 1 that went out last week for me. Bunch of people DM'd me. I sent them messages back, which is basically like I sent this letter here, right? Okay, go do this now. You want to get on a call and talk? Here's what I want you to go do. I want you to go to this page, fill out this form. So I had some basic information on you, so I know a little bit more about your company, and then schedule a time to get on my calendar, right? Well, of the bunch, a percentage of those people went and did it. The rest said, sure, but guess what they haven't done yet? And tomorrow's Wednesday. They haven't gone to actually fill out that form. So what did I do yesterday and today? It was like I was sending the urgent notice letter. Sent them all private messages back and said, hey, just FYI, there's only a few days left to get on my calendar. It's pretty full after that. So if you want to still take advantage of this, you need to do it now, right? This 3-step kind of offline to online. Now that was online because it was social media, but when I look at it, they weren't on my website. They weren't already doing this stuff. So I hooked them one way, right? To get them there. So James, I would play kind of this urgent notice game as you get into your 3rd and 4th or 5th letter, depending how deep you want to take this, where it's like, hey, we've already helped a handful of people. We don't have much space left, or we don't have much time left, or there isn't much more that we're, capable of taking on. So if you're looking to get help, well, what do you think I want to take them to here? I don't want to take them to a blog. I'm not trying to dabble them with information anymore. I want to get them somewhere where they can get action right now, right? So who knows a page that most of you guys have? Pretty much everybody should have.
Would be the main form of, or the main homepage where the contact us form is.
Not homepage.
Or is it the locations page? How it works.
This is basically your seller page, right? the how it works page. That's where I want to take them here. And let me actually pull up. They're not on the call today, but at least I don't see. No, I don't see Chris or Sal. And I'm using theirs because they've got the video. Right away, you land on it. And this is not a very good video. If Sal was on there, I'd yell at him that he still hasn't gotten this thing redone. But guess what? It's caused them to get 3 or 4 different properties under contract in the last couple months. This page alone. So even though the video is not the best quality, he shot it in front of a green screen, but the green screen wasn't tight enough, so it's all wrinkly, and it made it a little bit of a problem to put a fake background on it and that kind of stuff. So whatever, screw it. He ran with it anyway, right? Because it works. But this page right here, very simple. It's a video, a form, and then a couple things. But this is really kind of like the urgency page. Hey, this is how it works. I need you to do this, this, and then this is going to happen, kind of thing. You got a couple choices. You can either shoot us a message, right? They've got a chat bot, so he could say something like that. You can either shoot us a message through our instant chat on our website. You can give us a call, or I need you to go down beneath this video and fill out the short form. From there, here's what's going to happen. Blah, 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 right? But your letter, your final kind of like final attempt over here, that's what's going to try to push them over that final edge and get them on this how it works page. So now, James, going back to what you've been working on. If you're going to spend time creating content, you want to get some content that follows about who you guys are. You want to get some content going around market updates. And you want to get some content out there around how it works to work with you guys. Now we're not just producing content to produce content. Does that make sense?
Easy enough.
Because all this content, whether it's GBP posts, right? We could have GBP posts going out. You can have some social stuff going out. Blogs, right? Especially around that right there. I wouldn't just have one blog about market updates. I'd have a series of them going. You got 4 or 5 different cities you're working in. I don't care if it's the same information, right? The same stats, but I'm going to write one very specific to each one of these areas. I'm going to be putting GBP posts about market updates and about us and how it works. Social. Get some videos going around each of these. If I'm doing it the way that I've talked about in the past, where you take that long form and chop it up into something smaller, right? Each of those smaller ones need to be also tying back to, if it's a short video about us, I want to tie it back to the About Us page. Hey, go check the such and such link, right? It's on Instagram. Hey, check the link in my bio that's driving them back there. check out our website, learn a little bit more about us, those type of things. If I've got video content with shorts coming back to these blogs. Same thing with the how it works. I want to drive it back here. In reality, what we're really doing is taking our website and making it the central focus of everything that we do. Everything should be constantly pushing back. That make sense? Questions on that?
I have a question.
Go for it.
Okay, so I'm only focusing on basically people 50 and over. So that would either be people downsizing, going to assisted living or long-term care, or probate. So on the About Me page or About Us page, whatever you want to call it, do I address all of those in one video and just call it the 50 plus market, or do I go into depth and have a different page for long-term care versus probate?
On the About Us page, this video right here really is a summary. Remember, VSL, 2 to 2.5 minutes long.
Mm-hmm.
But one of the features that YouTube gives us, because you're going to upload that to YouTube, so the team can optimize that over on the YouTube side, embed that onto the website. One of the features that YouTube gives you the capability of when you upload a video to it is you can add what they call end screens. An end screen is nothing more than, here's my video, right? There's me in the middle of it, doing my thing, talking. YouTube allows you to put this end screen that does something like this. It'll pop a couple boxes that pop up on the screen that are actually clickable. And you can make these single videos or playlists. What I would suggest, Lauren, in your case, is you've got two distinct audiences here: downsizing and probates, long-term care, right? Maybe you even break it down deeper than that.
I don't even care about the downsizing, but it's more probate and long-term care.
Maybe you've got a series of these, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where it's, hey, I actually have, when I really think about it, I got 3, 4, 5 different components that fit this 50 and over crowd. You don't have to have multiple of these boxes on there. It gives you different templates. So maybe you have a playlist that you've shot all these other videos, that's where you're talking the very specifics. So you've got one video on your probate side. You got one video that's on more long-term care, right? Maybe we're going to play that card. Maybe you got another video in this playlist that's around, I don't know, throw out what else I'm forgetting here.
Well, long-term care is a whole host of like 10 different things.
Yeah, and it just depends how much video you really want to shoot, because you could do an entire playlist series just on the long-term care then.
Mm-hmm.
In time. I'm talking about it right out of the gate to make this seamless. But you get where I'm going with this, right? we think about a couple of these videos that can get put into a playlist that are on this. So what happens is you drive them to the About Us page, they watch this video, and you end this video here that basically says, hey, if you fit one of these categories, check out this video right here.
Okay.
Or go to this playlist, click right here to get this playlist, to get a little bit deeper based on your situation. And the title of these videos is very crystal clear, so they know, all right, I'm more in the long-term care side. I want to click that video and watch that one. This is what we call making the Netflix.
Yeah, because like for that, it's like actually, yeah, because you would have independent living, which is just basically 55 and up, or, you know, whatever. Then you have long-term care, which means they have activities of daily living that are done for them. Then you have memory care. I mean, there's a whole host of different things like that.
Yeah, again, remember the point of all of this stuff. It's just to drive credibility, to get a conversation. I don't need to teach them everything. I don't need to answer all the questions in these videos. I need to give just enough that they're like, you know what? Yeah. I like her. I trust her. She's definitely knowledgeable. She understands my situation. Now I'm ready to actually call and talk and get a little bit more specific about what I've got going on. Does that make sense? So we don't have to go too far down that train as to, you know, well, there's this, there's this, there's it. You can just like list them out. We don't got to do details about each one.
Okay.
But going back to this part up here, for you, GBP and blogs, because this is something we just started taking over for you, having that list of stuff out to give to the team so that they can create these around those different categories for you. Not that you got to shoot a video for every one of those blogs, but we want to be hitting search terms around these different, you know, long-term memory care, long-term whatever, these type of thing. What happens in, again, they're searching for that. They're not necessarily going to find you because they're searching to sell the house right now. They're searching for what do they need to do in this situation, or what is it about, you know, senior care facilities. We want you showing up in those searches just as much as you're showing up for sell my house fast, right? Sell my house during probate. What is that probate, you know, sales process going to be? Because that's how you become the expert, the best known, right? Because you're showing up no matter what they're searching in this topic, they keep seeing A-list homes, A-list homes, A-list homes, A-list homes. Crap, A-list homes they're all over the place.
Okay.
That make sense?
Yep.
But from a website standpoint, this VSL, that 2-minute video, keep it super simple. Who you are, who you help, how you help them, and what's the next steps that they can do. They can either talk to you, right? Contact us today, fill out the form, give us a call, something like that, or check out this series of videos we put together. Get them over to the playlist.
Okay.
To where they can binge watch you to continue to build trust, build rapport, learn that you're actually credible, knowledgeable, all these things.
Okay. Thank you.
Make sense?
Yeah.
Anybody else got questions? Okay. Well, with that, James, you got anything else on your stuff?
No, sir. No, this is great info. This gives me a lot to work on.
So then with that, what are you going to have knocked out by next week? You're muted.
About Us video, how it works, and see if I can start getting some market updates so I can at least get those out. But the About Us and the how it works is like we can knock out.
What I'd encourage you to do, shoot them, post them in the Facebook group. I'll watch through them, and I'll give you some pointers back. That kind of stuff.
All right, that works.
And it might be something like Sal's. Hey, it's good enough. Run with it right now. Next time you're ready to reshoot it, here's what I suggest you do.
We have one that's actually posted to the main page. Is that something that I should keep, or should I take that one and move it to the About Us, or should I just go ahead and shoot a new one?
Let's pull it up real quick.
All right.
What's your domain?
GalaxyREG.com.
Galaxy REG.
Correct.
What is Sal and Chris's company name again?
Ohana Legacy Properties.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Hi, I'm James with Galaxy Realty. Happy that you stopped by. You want to sell your house, you want your staff and hassle-free, you come to the right place. We specialize in working directly with homeowners to enjoy the idea of getting an all-cash offer where that offer doesn't depend on any type of contingency like appraisal or inspection. When we give you an offer, it's going to be a fair market value offer based on its current condition. That means you won't need to make any updates or repairs or even your house. You want your staff and hassle-free, you come to the right place.
Leave it on the homepage. Make sure it's on all your location pages.
Okay.
It's a very broad scoped video.
Okay.
Okay. When I say that VSL should be very dialed into who you are, who you serve, what you do. Let's see if I have to pull it out. I'll just show you. I just shot this one earlier today because I'm making some changes on some of our stuff.
If you need help getting more motivated seller opportunities, then here's what you need to know. Our company, REI Toolbox, is a lead generation company for real estate investors and experts. It will guarantee you will become the best known real estate expert in your market and have organic leads flowing into your business each month. It's so simple, you just have to focus on analyzing properties and making offers. And we do this in 2 simple steps. Number 1, we handle all the technical aspects of online marketing, from your website to your content writing to optimizing for local search results. We build a specific marketing campaign designed for your ideal seller and buyer. And we manage it and report each month so that you can finally track and scale your business with predictability. We've helped hundreds of real estate experts scale their business online and start generating 3, 4, 5 new deals a month without doing thousands and thousands of cold calls, texts, and direct mail pieces. Now, I've learned most real estate experts just don't have the staff or the system or the process to generate leads at the level that they need to grow. But that's okay, because best of all, this all happens for you inside your business without you doing any of the work or needing to hire and train a complete marketing team. You see, we'll build.
Obviously, this is the raw video, right? We haven't edited or anything. You see I screwed up right there, but watch.
You see, while you build your business, you need everyone to live, eat, and breathe your brand and execute at the highest level from day one. So yes, with our track record after working with hundreds of real estate investors, you can finally know that your brand is being discovered by qualified leads and your phone is ringing because you have a marketing system that actually is driving qualified leads to your business and the system to track and scale it. So maybe you've been thinking about a better way to generate more motivated leads for your business, and you know what it is that we do and how we've helped hundreds of others. And now you're wondering, what would this look like for your real estate business? Well, simply.
So this is getting into what's the next steps, right?
Tap the button below. Tell us a little bit about yourself and your business, and then schedule a demo call so that I can get on there and show you exactly how this would work for you and your brand. And if things make sense, I'm going to say, great, I think you should do this, and we're going to get started as soon as you are ready to go. And if things don't make sense, I'll say, hey, great, I don't think you should do this. You see, I have no incentive to place our system, our team, and our proven process with a business that's just not a good fit. So if you're ready to start generating motivated seller leads,
catch the scarcity piece in there. Hey, this all sounds good. I'll tell you, hey, I really think you should do this. It's a really good fit. You're the right type of, client. You're the right type of individual we love working with. But I also have these calls before where I've had people get on there and they want to tell us exactly how to do what we do, right? Where it's just not going to be a good fit. And that's what I'm saying. Hey, if it's not a good fit, I'm going to also be honest with you and tell you it's not a good fit. It's a little more advanced strategy, but that's that urgency, that scarcity piece.
Without the stress of doing the time-consuming marketing, then tap the button below and I'll speak to you really soon.
How long should the video be on the homepage?
Homepage, the one that I just actually pulled up for James was actually a pretty good example. I think yours was what, 58, 59 seconds long, something like that, just barely under a minute. Reason why is the homepage isn't really the most trafficked page on your website anyway.
Okay.
Right? We want them getting to these other pages. We already know data shows the About Us page tends to be one of the most viewed pages of a website. The How It Works page tends to be a very highly viewed page on the website. Your location pages, once we start taking over and doing, if you're really doing the SEO the right way, the location pages actually become more traffic than the homepage does, which is why I was saying, James, get that video, make sure it's slapped on every one of the location pages, because chances are, as you start doing, if you start following the steps that we've taught you, or at some point you hand all that stuff over and let us take it over, that's going to be where the majority of the traffic's coming in anyway, right? But when people land there, we tend to know they're not necessarily intrigued to click the video so much on that page, but when we get them to something very specific, hey, I'm trying to learn about this person or this company, and there's a video, they're more likely to watch the video. When I'm trying to figure out the process, how does this whole thing work? Because I want to do research and I don't want to call and talk to them just yet. If there's a video versus reading all kind of text, they're going to watch the video there. Does that make sense? So the homepage video should just be, James, you actually got a really good one. It's a generic sense, right? I didn't watch all the way to the end. Curious what your call to action was, but I bet it was something similar to, hey, fill out the form, call us, something like that.
Exactly.
If I wanted to really nitpick it, hey, feel free, check out our About Us page, check out the How It Works page, that kind of stuff. You could have thrown that in there. Make it a sense?
Mm-hmm.
But that video that I shot today, and obviously that was the raw footage, literally just uploaded it right before I jumped on this call for the team to start editing it. That's actually going to our How It Works page, because I wanted to update what we've been doing over there. But you can hear, as I was going through it, I was very clear who we are, who we serve, right? And then I got into what we do. Now, obviously, I'm talking about our top plan service when we do it all for you. We have other stuff, but I know our avatar really well. Our avatar is the typical real estate investor that really doesn't want to do all this work. James, I bet you don't want to do all this work. You're just doing it because you need to right now due to budget, right? But I already know the majority, they don't want to do all this work. So I speak to that because why? What's the purpose of marketing? To get the call. So open up the conversation. That's it. Then through conversation, we start to figure out the best solution for them. All good?